Okay, so Angel Reese. Now, here's the thing about Angel Reese. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever she first became popular, I think it was back in 2003, whenever she was playing for LSU and they had that big showdown between her. It was pretty much the media attention made between her and Caitlin Clark, and how she pretty much overcame one. Fast forward, they didn't make it to the playoffs or whatever, and then fast forward, they both go into the WNBA. And initially, when I thought of her and Caitlin Clark, I thought it was going to be one of those situations, kind of like a Magic Johnson and Larry Bird type situation. Two people from different racial identities, from two different backgrounds, that love the game or the sport, that are both good in their own rights. I thought it was going to be one of those situations here. However, though, as time went on, you start to see that Angel Reese has become more and more of a victim than anything else, it seems like, as of late. 1 second.
I don't really get to stand up for myself.
Didn't want to play that right this second, but I am going to play it in a second. But she has become like a victim as of late, and that's kind of disappointing in a way, because if you really think about it, she has put more attention on herself than other people has put attention on her. Now, I'm not gonna lie, originally I was rocking with Miss Reese. I didn't really care too much for Caitlin. She was kind of a, very much like Larry Bird. Didn't do too much interviews, talking. Just sat there and just played the sport, made a few comments here and there, and that's about it. Now, everybody's talking about her and this whole entire recent thing with Shaquille O'Neal. And I don't necessarily think it's wrong, but people are paying that in the wrong context, I think. So let me go ahead and get this played first, when she was still, I think, her last year at LSU.
I don't really get to stand up for myself. I have great teammates. I have a great support system. I got my hometown. I got my family that stands up for me. I don't really get to speak out on things just because I just try to ignore, and I just try to stand strong. Like, I've been through so much. I've seen so much. I've been attacked so many times. Death threats. I've been sexualized. I've been threatened. I've been so many things, and I've stood strong every single time. And I just try to stand strong for my teammates, because I don't want them to see me down and not be there for them. So I just want them to always just know, I'm still a human. All this has happened since I won the national championship, and I said the other day, I haven't had peace since then. And it sucks, but I still wouldn't change. I wouldn't change anything, and I would still sit here and say, I'm unapologetically me. I'm gonna always leave that mark and be who I am and stand on that. And hopefully the little girls that look up to me, and hopefully I give them some type of inspiration that, hopefully it's not this hard and all the things that come at you, but keep being who you are, keep waking up every day, keep being motivated, staying who you are, staying 10 toes, don't back down, and just be confident.
Now, I believed what she said in that particular moment, because she seemed very vulnerable. Now, people watched that and said she was being a narcissist and all this other kind of stuff. I didn't take it that way. I took it as a person who was being put into the spotlight, who was pretty much being put as a face of a sport when she hasn't even made it to the WNBA as of yet. So that's a lot of pressure. And around that time, I understand she recently broke up with her boyfriend, because that video was taken, I want to say, in April of 2023. And her boyfriend broke up in March of 2023. And with his girlfriend, Angel Reese, getting so much attention, I'm pretty sure that's a lot of weight to take on, especially when she's getting more attention than you. So, to go on with this, and I'm going to go ahead and play the conversation she had with Shaq. Now, I'm not going to play the one where he was talking about her dunking in her Wild Now outfit or shorts similar to that, but I'm going to talk about the part that he was referring to earlier in the conversation.
Somebody said this the other day that made a lot of sense. Okay, y'all want them to pay more, but the fans have to do the same thing they do for the NBA.
Right.
You got to show support. You got to show up. You got to buy jerseys. You got to buy shoes. You got to do that. They're starting to do that now, and that's because of how you play and Caitlin. The thing y'all had, that the game is more popular than ever now. I do agree with you. Y'all do need to get paid more. Yeah. No reason why some of these bums making $200 million and y'all making what y'all making. I agree with that. Y'all just have to continue to play and continue to do what you do. But I have a solution for that, and nobody's gonna like my solution.
I'm here.
So let me explain why I came up with this solution first. And women's beach volleyball, let's just say that the net is 10. For women, it's lower just a little bit. I'm not saying lower to 9, 5, 9, 6, but just 9, 9.
Just so we can dunk?
Yes. No, see? And
I hate when men say that.
But listen, that's the only difference.
We start dunking and what?
Watch. We got shooters. Y'all got shooters. Oh, guys got some handles. Girls got some handles. Oh, we got this. We got that. Oh, we got talkers. Oh, we got brawls. Only thing is missing is the dunk.
And see, this was like way earlier in her hour-long podcast she had with Shaq at the time. I think it was like in the first 10 minutes he was bringing this up about them dunking and things of that nature. So she was already annoyed at the beginning of the podcast about dunking because she said herself she just doesn't like that. She don't like hearing that part of the conversation.
I feel like it still would change. I don't think so.
Bro, you dunking again, man. Trust me, it'll change. Trust me, it'll change. I'm telling you right.
So.
Bro, first of all, I like how y'all started getting into fashion. Bro, a pretty girl dunking on the rim, I'm watching that all the time. You laughing.
My man is not turned on by no woman that's dunking.
It ain't about being turned on. It's about seeing stuff that you're not supposed to see.
And I remember back in the day, I think it was the N1. Was it N1? I think they had a dunk competition. And it'll be some of the most amazing things. It was so good at one point in time that the NBA had its own dunk competition. So Shaq does know what he talked about in a sense. And honestly, I will listen to a man that is part owner of Reebok, which is the brand you guys signed to make sure you help pay your bills. In addition to, Shaq is worth $500 million. So if he's saying something like this, it's worth listening to. So instead of being closed off and saying, well, I don't like that, doesn't matter if you like it. It's how you're going to benefit yourself and move the sport that you love forward.
Oh my God. What you mean not supposed to? There's women that can't dunk though.
Why do you think people love Caitlin Clark besides her skills?
She can shoot threes from logo.
We never seen that before. That's my point. Steph Curry, a little kid. Like Steph Curry, I love, you know why I love Steph Curry? Because I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before. I've seen it a little bit and my moved up do-roll. But I've never seen a guy consistently come down. And if you look at, like if you saw Steph on the street, he ain't got the LeBron muscles. He's not 6'9", he's 6'10". He looks like a perfect, normally office guy. Yeah. He's doing stuff that people never seen before. She's doing stuff we've never seen before. Never seen anybody do that on a consistent basis. There's a lot of girls in WNBA that have done it in spurts, but you know, that game I'm watching y'all in the Final Four, I'm like, damn, like, and I was a hater because, you know, I'm down. She was like, she's not going to hit that shot, and bam, like, damn, she's not going to hit that shot, man. Like, if I say 10 times you're not going to hit the shot and you hit the shot, that means you're the truth. So I'm telling you now, you just lower it like this, right there. I'm not saying go right there. I'm just saying, you know what y'all need to do one day?
I feel like it still wouldn't be good enough. It's never good enough for a man. People always disrespect women regardless. They're always going to not give us the same value as a man. So I just don't even think that.
And that's why you got to do what you've been doing. Go take the
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, if you lower that thing to 999.
And what's going to happen? All right, tell me, the money going to go through the roof?
Yeah.
What you think, we finna make meals?
Yes.
What kind of meals?
Send them out. I'm telling you.
200 mil contracts? 100 mils? No, absolutely not. See, we don't even have the people don't even watch the game.
Because I don't want to use the B word unless it's certain people playing. It's like you're watching like a high school game. Our game is different because we do all the stuff. Alley-oops, throwing off the glass. I'm telling you.
He's not wrong, but who really gets a 100 and 200 mil contract? That's a very, very rare thing. I don't think I ever heard of a $200 million contract. I could be wrong, because I don't keep up with the players' money like that. But let's be more realistic here. Let's say you start getting $5 million contracts. That's a really big up. And let's be real here. How many posters people have of Jordan dunking, LeBron dunking? You know, dunking is a really big part of basketball. People are sitting here, or Shaq too, of course, but people will sit here, when I was growing up at least, that's all they would try to do is dunk on a person and brag on it. So I remember there was a clip, I should have grabbed it with Angel Reese, she made a layup and she celebrated really hard like she got like a dunk, and people clowned her for it for a little bit. But you know, Shaq is right in that instance. That would make the sport a lot more interesting to see that kind of competitiveness, well, I can't even say the word, competitiveness on that level. Now, here's the thing about Angel Reese. Angel Reese kind of have a victimhood mentality. I don't understand that about her. Right? I really don't understand. So I remember how she said she didn't want to be sexualized. She wanted to be respected for her skill in her sport. You know, people are not tuning in just to watch Caitlin Clark. They're tuning in to watch her too. But the big difference between her and Caitlin Clark that I have been noticing that Caitlin strictly sticks to basketball. You really don't see her on too many TV shows. You don't do too many interviews. You'll see a few clips of her interacting with kids. But that's pretty much it. Compared to Angel, you see her in Sports Illustrated shoots, I think, lingerie shoots, showing off her body. And again, there's nothing wrong with showing off your body, but if you don't want to be sexualized, then you got to carry yourself in a certain way. Yes, Angel Reese is 10 times more attractive than Caitlin Clark to me. However, because Caitlin Clark has sat here and dedicated herself solely to the sport of basketball, she's getting the fruits out of her paying off, and she's getting a very high contract overseas apparently. Now let's hear what KendraG said about this, and this is something I actually respect KendraG said to a lot of women out there.
But what happens is you lead with body, and when you lead with body, you're gonna get a man. Like I said, you have a body, so you're gonna get men who are gonna want to just have sex with you. But that's not what you want. You're telling us you want a husband. You want a man that wants to be with you, be a thick and thin, wants to be with you, you know, if times got hard, still has your back. Not because when you walk in a room, it's like, damn, she look good. So you should look good. So I'm not taking away from that. But just know that your body is attracting the type of guy that I don't think you ultimately want. Have all the answers, so I'm not going to sit up here and say I have to have all the answers, but I just think that when you lead with your body, you can't get mad when you attract men who want you for your body. So we'll just leave it at that. When you lead with your body, you can't get mad when you're attracting men who in the end only really wanted you for your body.
And that takes me back to what was that show called that was on HBO Max that was about the Lakers when they first started out with not when they first started out, whenever Magic came to his team and what was his name, Mr. Bus. Well, part of the thing that he realized that he needed to get women in there, attractive women in there, to put on a show to bring in a crowd, which was largely men. He understood that. So what Shaq is saying is, y'all don't have cheerleaders out there. Y'all are you're your own cheerleaders. So y'all guys show something. It's a marketing thing. I'm not saying you got to go out there in the shorts like he was talking about, but you know what? Let me do this. When I say, when I used to think of WNBA players in general, I used to think they all kind of look like, God, what's the woman that's kind of turning into a man? Brittany Griner. That's what I used to think of with the kind of WNBA players. I really didn't think there was really any attractive ones until I saw Angel Reese, and then it brought attention to other women there too. Now here's the Chicago Sky walk-in. There's no sound, but first woman gorgeous. You know, kind of look like a stud. Another gorgeous woman. I didn't know the WNBA actually had attractive women playing the sport. I was all under the impression they all kind of looked like dudes. If I'm being 100% honest, I didn't think that WNBA had women like this in there playing. Like, for real. You see, that's what I think of a WNBA player. But you know, all these attractive women had no idea. If I would have known there's attractive women, I hate to say it, I probably would have went ahead and looked a lot sooner. So let's go ahead and get into what Shaq said.
Is there a woman in sports or a woman in your life that you would want to give your flowers to?
All of them. Especially all the WNBA. I'm proud of you ladies, and I hope your dream comes true. If you listen to my method, your dream will definitely come through. Lower that rim a half a millisecond of an inch.
And keep in mind, this is towards the end of their podcast this came up, and she already listened to it because she already told him that he didn't like that. Or excuse me, she didn't like that. She hate that part of the conversation.
Don't strike us from the tape, Christian.
We ain't striking it.
Don't. Let me tell you, if you just lower like that to where it gives you ability to dunk. Bro, imagine you.
I'm not imagining.
Let me finish. Imagine you in them same little shorts you had on at the Wild 'N Out show dunking. You know how many t-shirts you gonna sell, cuz? You tripping.
Oh my
what?
God.
What?
Oh God.
Them same little shirts you had on.
Okay, all right.
Bro,
All right.
I wouldn't buy that shirt, but I know my boy Christian and Alex will buy that shirt. Because listen, you're not beautiful and good looking. You are gorgeous. There's a lot of gorgeous women in the NBA. Like I love seeing that when y'all be coming in, and then what else I realize this is like sometimes when people first see y'all, they see y'all what y'all do. They don't know how fucking beautiful y'all are. But when y'all walk into the game, and men are watching the game, hey man, we like what we like. Oh my God, we like what we like. So we like that, and then you see y'all dunking, man, y'all money gonna go up tremendously. And y'all can look at me and in the comments, you crazy. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, we gonna see.
Because y'all are not just fine and hot. I'm like some of y'all are gorgeous. Like you, when you dress up, and you like really dress up, and you are a beautiful, phenomenal looking black woman. And there's a lot of y'all out there. It really is. White ones too. Like y'all got some hot mamas in the WNBA. Y'all really good. So focus on that, and then focus on what the guys like.
No, we don't care what the guys like.
That's the problem.
Looking for approval.
That's the problem. Even Gary Buss realized you need men attention to bring in money, which is why the cheerleaders came into play. You cannot just do something just based off skill alone. Do you really think that many men originally came to watch the basketball games just to see the men play? No, they don't give a care about seeing, well, they do care because they idolize them, but for the most part, originally they don't really care too much about sweaty men running up and down the court. That's more of a woman thing. And speaking of women, how many times have you seen women wear men's, not just their jerseys, their t-shirts of them dunking? You see photo shoots of men, all kinds of stuff. They do what they need to stay relevant and market in today's world. That's all Shaq is saying. If you can go out for free to a wild and out event, show your cheeks, and I'm assuming she went out there for free just to get more marketing and promotion for herself. You go out there for free. Why not put that on a t-shirt? Because the world's going to see it anyway, right? You already got plenty of photo shoots out there. You got paid for. So why not have your own Angel Reese line of t-shirts or whatever of you doing that and getting paid for it directly? That's all he's saying. He's coming from a business perspective of saying like, hey, if you're going to do something like that, like show your cheeks and stuff like that, make sure you're getting paid for it. Make sure you value yourself and get every single aspect of yourself paid. Don't give it out for free. That's how I took what Shaq was saying. But instead, you have a lot of women take this one little clip right here and saying, oh, Shaq is creepy. He's an old man trying to talk to and holler at Angel Reese. No, like I showed before in the other clip, she was already annoying whenever he brought up the dunking to begin with. She didn't want to hear anything else about the dunking. That's why she said she didn't want to imagine it, because she had no indication where he was going with the whole entire short thing. If you watch that whole entire hour or so long podcast, this is the one part he actually comments on her doing something like that with her body. Because again, it's kind of like if you know somebody that's a 304 and they're giving out for free for everybody just for the heck of it, why not get paid for it instead? You know? That doesn't make any sense. Kind of like why give it away for free when you can make money off of it? And again, this was not Shaq trying to be creepy on her. Again, Shaq is part of the reason why she got her deal with Reebok. Shaq is part of the deal, the reason why she's doing so well now. So sometimes I don't like seeing things out of context. I didn't see the full context. And I'll play that other part of the video again. Give me a second. Where he first talked about dunking. And this is like in the first 10 minutes of her interview.
Somebody said this the other day that made a lot of sense. Okay, y'all want them to pay more, but the fans have to do the same thing they do for the NBA.
Right.
You got to show support. You got to show up. You got to buy jerseys. You got to buy shoes. You got to do that. They're starting to do that now, and that's because of how you played and Caitlin. The thing you had. That the game is more popular than ever now. I do agree with you. Y'all do need to get paid more. Yeah. No reason why some of these bums making $200 million and y'all making what y'all making. I agree with that. Y'all just have to continue to play and continue to do what you do. But I have a solution for that, and nobody's gonna like my solution.
I'm here.
So Let me explain why I came up with this solution first. In women's beach volleyball, let's just say that the net is 10. For women, it's lower just a little bit. I'm not saying lower it to 9, 5, 9, 6, but just 9, 9.
Just so we can dunk?
Yes. No, see? And
I hate when men say that.
But listen, that's the only difference.
We start dunking and what?
Watch. We got shooters. Y'all got shooters.
And you see, so when we start dunking, then what? Okay.
Is there a woman in sports or a woman in your life that you would want to give your flowers to?
All of them. Especially all the WNBA. I'm proud of you ladies, and I hope your dream comes true. If you listen to my method, your dream will definitely come through. Lower that rim a half a millisecond of an inch, and you don't strike this from the tape, Christian.
We ain't striking it.
Don't. Let me tell you.
And again, she was already stopping it because she already heard that an hour before. And they brought it up here and there throughout the whole entire interview. So it wasn't just this one time. But this is the first time he suggested this of her, though. You
just lower like that to where it gives you ability to dunk. Bro, imagine you.
I'm not imagining.
Let me finish. Imagine you in the same little shirt you had on at the Wild 'N Out show dunking. You know how many t-shirts you gonna sell, girls? You tripping.
Oh my God.
What?
Oh God.
Them same little shirt you had on.
Okay, all right.
Bro.
All right.
I wouldn't buy that shirt, but I know my boy Christian and Alex will buy that shirt. Because listen, you're not beautiful or good looking. You are gorgeous. There's a lot of gorgeous women in NBA. Like I love seeing when y'all be coming in, and then you know what else I realize this is like sometimes when people first see y'all, they see y'all as what y'all do. They don't know how fucking beautiful y'all are. But when y'all walk into the game and men are watching the game, hey man, we like what we like. Oh my God, we like what we like, so we like that.
And he's right. We had no idea how attractive they were. I mean, just like I said earlier, if you look at the Chicago Sky walk-in, yes, some of them look like studs, but a good majority of them in these pictures right here, or video clips right here, excuse me, there are some gorgeous women. I had no idea because, again, my original thinking is, hey, if you're a WNBA player, more than likely you like Brittany Griner. I hate to say it that way, but it's true. So I think sometimes people just need to go ahead and chill with the whole entire Shaq was trying to creep on her, all this other kind of stuff. You can see how comfortable she was. No, she already said in the beginning, in the first hour of that whole entire podcast she did, how she did not want to talk about dunking. She didn't care about dunking. She hates hearing that part of the conversation. So whenever he started bringing it up again, she started cutting it out. It wasn't because she was really uncomfortable. He went over a line. It was just the fact that it was just, okay, I don't want to hear this again. I already heard it before. And then when he brought out the whole entire Wild 'N Out thing, I think that was part she was like, oh, okay. But if you're realistically going to go ahead and show your stuff for free, why not get paid for it? Why not put that on a t-shirt and sell it? And again, he's right. This like Gary Buss back in the day. Not everybody knew how attractive, not everybody had a reason to go see NBA games. So he brought a reason to them. He brought in a show. He brought in women. He knew what men wanted to see and made sure they came to see it. So also Shaq is saying, hey, you gotta know what men want to see and bring them in to come see it. What's going on here? I don't know why she would act like she's embarrassed. I don't mind her stirring them around on national TV. I think she will be in the WNBA this upcoming year. Gorgeous. Yeah, I'm not sure you're. And she is a great basketball player. I'm not going to take that away from her. She has more skill than I do on the court, that's for damn sure. But at the exact same time, sometimes I think people need to chill and stop overreacting. Now, this alone, I just pull up on Google on, what is Shaq's, what do Shaq own? Or what, I forget what I asked it. I just pulled it up right quick. Anyway, what business does Shaq own? Or something like that I think I typed in. Shaq owns franchise Papa John, Auntie Annie's. Didn't know that. Five Guys. Didn't know that either. Krispy Kreme. Okay. He's also founded the Big Chicken fast food chain. Don't know what that is, but that's cool. And has location. Carnival cruise ships too. So Shaq has his hands in a little bit of everything, right? Let me see, Brand, Zales, Macy, Arizona Beverages. I remember seeing Shaq on a big can of Arizona tea with his face on there, making that Shaq face, whatever, when he was making that teas. It was pretty good. I remember seeing Shaq. He did a lot of advertising for JCPenney. Let's see, Google, Lyft, Vitamin Water, JCPenney, Forever 21, Reebok, what she has her deal in, endorsements. I mean, he just goes on and on and on. So Shaq is a businessman that's worth $500 million. So if he's telling you, hey, this is your career path, this is what you chose to do. Yes, you are a great basketball player, but you got to bring more eyes to you. If Caitlin Clark is leaving the WNBA and with the deals that she got overseas, which sounds like she'd be foolish to stay, then you need to have something else to stay and have people come in and tune in. Most people, I'm not going to lie, the only time I really watched the WNBA game, whenever it was coming to her and Caitlin Clark, they may play against each other again. I was believing the hype because, again, to me, whenever Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese was going into the WNBA, I was kind of comparing them to Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. That was my mindset. So, of course, I rocked with Angel. But this is what I'm talking about. I don't like how people just sometimes they see a little snippet of something and they run with it to build a narrative. And I'm just so sick and tired of it. I mean, we have it so hard a lot of the time as black men when it comes to just having the benefit of doubt. And just like the recent thing, if you saw a man in Target was targeted, being accused of following a woman around. That wasn't even the case. He even showed her his phone to show her that, hey, I'm not recording you. I'm just here to get a lamp. And the woman who thought she was being followed, if I'm being honest with you, wasn't even all that attractive to be followed. Her ego was a little too high for her own good. But I'm just going to play these two things side by side. When she first hears about the dunking and the last time.
Somebody said this the other day that made a lot of sense. Okay, y'all want them to pay more, but the fans have to do the same thing they do for the NBA.
Right.
You got to show support. You got to show up. You got to buy jerseys. You got to buy shoes. You got to do that. They're starting to do that now, and that's because of how you played and Caitlin. The thing you had, that the game is more popular than ever now. I do agree with you. Y'all do need to get paid more. Yeah. No reason why some of these bums making $200 million and y'all making one job. I agree with that. Y'all just have to continue to play and continue to do what you do. But I have a solution for that, and nobody's gonna like my solution.
I'm here.
So let me explain why I came up with this solution first. And women's beach volleyball, let's just say that the net is 10. For women, it's lower just a little bit. I'm not saying lower to 9-5, that's it, but just 9-9.
Just so we can dunk?
Yes.
No.
See. And
I hate when men say that.
But let's.
See, she was already right there on the fence. This is in the beginning of the conversation, within the first 10 minutes. I hate when men say that. Even though that's what men want to see, you have to listen to men to get what you want in this particular area. If you want more men to come in and support and watch, what do men like to see? They like to see violence. They like to see a lot of action. They like to see beautiful women. They like to be entertained. So if us seeing you dunking on somebody, which should check all those boxes, then yeah, go ahead and dunk. It don't matter if you like it. You're trying to get paid.
Is there a woman in sports or a woman in your life that you would want to give your flowers to?
All of them. Especially all the WNBA. I'm proud of you ladies, and I hope your dream comes true. If you listen to my method, your dream will definitely come through. Lower that rim a half a millisecond of an inch, and you don't strike this from the tape, Christian.
We ain't striking it.
Don't. I'm telling you, just lower like that to where it gives you ability to dunk. Bro, imagine you.
I'm not imagining.
Let me finish. Imagine you in the same little shirt you had on at the Wild 'N Out show dunking. You know how many t-shirts you gonna sell, cuz? You tripping.
Oh my God.
What?
Oh God.
Them same little shirt you had on.
Okay, all right. Bro. All right.
I wouldn't buy that shirt, but I know my boy Christian and Alex will buy that shirt. Cause listen, you're not beautiful or good looking. You are gorgeous. But there's a lot of.
And again, why not get paid off your figure if you're giving it out for free? Wild Out don't pay people stuff. As far as I know, people just go on there because it's entertaining. And even if she were to get paid, let's say, I don't know what her going rate is. Let's just say $50,000, right, to appear on Wild Out. That's nothing compared to what she would get if she sat here and had the image like Shaq is talking about on a t-shirt. Do I think that's appropriate? Not really. But will men buy it? Yes, absolutely. Let's be real here. How many times growing up, not too much now because, I don't think people really do this too much. But growing up, people would have posters of women on their wall that they found attractive, that they lusted over. I still remember Lil' Kim was on everybody's wall for the longest time when she was doing that infamous pose. You had Janet Jackson. I guess I can't think of any white people right now. But it's just one of those things that it's kind of like, okay, this is who you like. This is who you want to look up at the wall and see. Why not make that money? You going on a show showing off your goods is great to get people to come to your Instagram page, but it's not helping your pockets out in the long run.
Gorgeous women, man. Like I love saying that when y'all be coming in, and then what else I realize this is like sometimes when people first see y'all, they see y'all, that's what y'all do. They don't know how fucking beautiful y'all are. But when y'all walk into the game, and men are watching the game, hey man, we like what we like. Oh my gosh, we like what we like. So we like that, and then you see y'all dunking, man, y'all money gonna go up tremendously. And y'all can look at me and in the comments, you're crazy. I know what I'm talking about.
Okay, we gonna say.
Because y'all are not just fine and hot. I'm like, some of y'all are gorgeous. Like you, when you dress up, and you like really dress up, and you are a beautiful, phenomenal looking black woman. And there's a lot of y'all out there. It really is. White ones too.
I mean, she calls herself the Bayou Barbie, and you know what? I can't really dispute that. Angel Reese is a gorgeous woman. But her supporters are going to make her broke. It's one of those things that it's kind of like, if you have a woman who's married, like if your friend is married, if you're in a relationship and you're married, and you have a bunch of single friends who are 304s, you don't want to surround yourself around those people because they may have the best interest of themselves, meaning like, hey, this is what I want for you to help benefit me, but they're not going to help benefit you in the long run. Kind of like in this situation here. Shaq is telling you, hey, if you're going to sit here and put your image out there in a sexual way, especially after you say you don't want to be sexualized, then make sure you're fully profiting off of it.
Like y'all got some hot mamas in the WNBA. Y'all really good. Focus on that and then focus on what the guys like.
No, we don't care what the guys like.
That's the problem.
Looking for a
and that's the problem. The guys are the biggest spenders. Women don't sit here and spend money on NBA tickets, WNBA tickets. They normally get gifted that stuff. You can't appeal to men without giving men what they want. I'm not saying she needs to go out and pose for Playboy or Hustler or whatever adult magazine is out there today, or Sports Illustrated or what have you. But what I am saying is, and like what Shaq is saying is, if you're going to have your image out there, then make sure you're fully profiting off of it.
That's the problem. See, that's the problem. Imagine you coming out and oh my God, you tripping. You tripping. Imagine Caitlyn crossing somebody up and leaning in, Russell Westbrook out thought, what? White people gonna go crazy. Tripping, man. You laughing, boy.
Oh my God.
But he was right. So I'm about to get off here soon, but I'm just gonna go ahead and play that Kendra G clip one more time because I think that was some wise advice as applies to so many women in general, and I love this advice.
But what happens is you lead with body, and when you lead with body, you're gonna get a man. Like I said, you have a body, so you're gonna get men who are gonna want to just have sex with you. But that's not what you want. You say you're someone else. You want a husband. You want a man that wants to be with you, be a thick and thin, wants to be with you. You know, if times got hard, still has your back. Not because when you walk in a room, it's like, damn, she look good. So you should look good. So I'm not taking away from that. But just know that your body is attracting the type of guy that I don't think you ultimately want. have all the answers, so I'm not going to sit up here and say I have to have all the answers. But I just think that when you lead with your body, you can't get mad when you attract men who want you for your body. So we'll just leave it at that. When you lead with your body, you can't get mad when you're attracting men who, in the end, only really wanted you for your body.
So a lot of people, or not people, a lot of the women who was getting mad at Shaq for what he said, you got to think about what are the roles of a man and woman. Ideally, a man is going to go after what he sees visually, what he finds attractive. I'm not saying that there are other factors that, you could find somebody intellectually attractive, like their personality, yada, yada, yada. But initially, majority of men, they're going to see something that they like, and they're going to want to see it in different ways and positions and forms. That's just what it is. So whenever Shaq is like, hey, you want to bring men into this sport? You're already putting yourself out there? Do this. Make sure you're getting monetized off of it, and it'll help benefit the league too. So, I don't know. Sometimes women, you got to think about it. You can't sit here and shoot yourselves in the foot. You can't sit here and say you want more men to support a sport and then sit here and chastise men for telling you what they want to see. They're not going to like stuff that how you want them to like it. They're going to like something how they want to like it. And another thing is, I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to leave it at that. So you guys tell me what you think about time this is posted. Go ahead and like it and comment and subscribe if you already haven't. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.